This is Calvin Castine. It's the 6th day of April 2005, and we're at Chip Cummings Field, campus of SUNY Plattsburgh, up by the field house. The Skidmore Thoroughbreds are here for a little baseball game. The home opener was yesterday on April 5th, and the newspaper originally said that there's a doubleheader today, starting at ball gets away, running at 2. But this game scheduled to start at 3:30. We knew we were running late. We got here at 3:20, and they're introducing the lineups, and it's now 3:26, actually maybe 3:25, and this game is underway. So starting a little early. Everybody's here, and you're all set to go. Nobody. Whoa. That's a little close for comfort. We're going to be relocating anyway, but that there came within 30 feet of us. And we didn't get a beat on that ball till it was almost on us, so we're going to have to pay closer attention here. Runner at second, leadoff batter for Skidmore walked and then got away in the throw to first. I was hoping the PA system would announce the batters, particularly when the Cardinals are up. We're not going to get all of this game. It's a 9-inning game, and we will not get it all. We have previous commitment at 2 o'clock start that we saw earlier. Was this a foul ball? Was much more compatible with our schedule, but we decided to come here anyway. But we got maybe an hour and a half of time to tape, and we've got to be heading out back to Champlain for a prior commitment. We had intended to be here yesterday. The weather was fine, but the news report said they would be playing here at Chip Cummings Field to throw to third. He's out. He's out. Nice throw and easy tag. They'd be playing here, weather permitting, and since we've had a lot of rain, a lot of snow melt, we weren't sure of the field conditions here. So we looked. We couldn't see anything in the directory at Plattsburgh State that said athletic department. 2 outs, nobody on. So we called the media services department. Actually, first thing we did was call the overall number, the strike 3. We'll continue that interesting story after this half inning when we relocate. Well, it moves up a little closer, but I'm not sure if this will be our final destination. This doesn't look like a... How you doing, Jim? Assistant coach Jim Schutt's walking by, and he's going to get us a lineup. Chris Dory, the head coach. I think Bill Durnan Jr. might be on the senior might be on the coaching staff too. I do know Jim Schutz is. Chris Dory, the head coach. So Jim's going to get us a roster, batting order, and that should help us. Again, we're not going to stay for the entire game. Might get an hour of tape here. Continuing with our story, here's a high fly ball to left field. On down. We called the overall number, information number, and couldn't find anything that on their menu that said they connect us with the athletic department. So the instructions were to hang on, hit sharply to short, throw to first, and Welch is out. So we went through their menu and followed the instructions to hang on for a live voice. After about 2 minutes of waiting, we ended up with that well-known busy signal that indicates you've been hung up on. 2 outs. bottom of the first. So we thought we'd try media services. And we got an answering machine there to call us back. Well, we weren't going to be around for a call back, so we couldn't put up with an answering machine. So we called another number and got the same thing. Another answering machine that said to call back later. So it's either the fourth or fifth time that we decided to call. We called the information number again. Hit 2/3, it's going to be foul. And this time we were able to get through to a live voice. I should mention the umpires before I forget that. Irish John Ireland behind the plate. And Polish Steve Toloski on the bases. Did get a live voice. We told her how happy we were to hear a live voice, and she very courtly said, "What number do you want?" No banter back and forth, just "What number do you want?" So we told her we were looking for the athletic department, so she said, "We'll put you through to the Sports and Wellness Center." And I said, "Okay." So we got through to the Sports and Wellness Center, and you guessed it, another answering machine. That's hit foul. So the distinct possibility that that game yesterday would not be played. The opponents were UVM, University of Vermont. We decided not to hit the short, the first, in time by a fraction of a step. Decided not to come down, then we found out that they did play. But in the meantime, if you need to get through in a timely manner to anybody here at Plattsburgh State, unless you know their personal phone number, and even there, lots of luck, because the answering machine has replaced personal contact. After one full, no score. Skidmore at Plattsburgh State on Hometown Cable. Top of the second inning. Temperature is about 60 to low 60s. Beautiful day here in the North Country. Beautiful April 6th. April 6th, of course, well known as the birth date of Sam Castine. I tell you how old he is, but I'd have to tell you that he's 3 years older than me, then I'd have to you'd be able to figure out how old I am. And I'm 57, going on 58. It's out of play. Let's head to shallow center field. And center fielder grabs it. I think if we do make it for any future games, which is probably doubtful, we'll probably try to set up over there. But since we're going to leave early, we're going to save ourselves about 4 minutes of walking by taping from here. The problem with baseball is you can't get too close to the action because of that white ball flying around. And unlike softball, where they use a nice big ball, they use a little ball. So you have to get further away than you do in softball. And you got a smaller target to shoot at. Well, man on first for Skidmore. We're in the top of the second inning. Nice to have baseball back. Listening to the Yankees and Red Sox on the radio on the way down here. It's off the fist and they're going to be out of play. That's off the fist and also foul, but not out of play. Go to first, they've got him. No. Avoided the tag, apparently. Good try. That's fouled back off over the backstop and into the trees. Chip Cummings Field. Named in honor of the benefactor. They introduced the starting lineup at the women's softball games. They introduce the batters individually when they come up. Not doing it here in the baseball for some reason. If they would, that would certainly help our cause. That's ball 4. It'll be first and second for Skidmore. One out here in the top of the second. This is grounded through the left side. It's a base hit. Here comes one run, and it'll be runners at first and second, and they run in for Skidmore. Thank you very much. Alright, that was Evan McNamara. Now Chris Twombly, center fielder, is up. On the mound is Mike Bergman for the Cardinals. That's a line shot. And the bag's full. Martin Levinson, the catcher, at the plate. He's a number 9 hitter. Bag's full, 1 out. The ball gets away, no advance. Bergman, as we said, is the pitcher. His battery mate is John Dumas. Todd Hughes is at first base. Zach Welch is at second. Shortstop is Dennis Laban. Third base, Don Coolidge. Continue with that after this pitch. That's low, ball 2. In the outfield, left to right, it's Paul Strang. Let's see, center field, Matt Cahan. And midfield, Dave Baldwin. Mike Rivers is on deck for Skidmore. Matt Rivers is the pitcher. Not sure if those are the Rivers from our area. Skidmore threatening. That's fouled. No, it's a fair ball. Going to come to the plate. And they get the lead runner. 2 outs. Just enough wood or aluminum on the ball to dribble it. And Bergman able to come off and fire to the catcher, Dumas, for the force out. 2 down. And top of the order up now, Matt Cahan, the center field. Oh, excuse me, Mike Rivers, the second baseman. Matt Cahan is the leadoff hitter for Cardinals. Nothing across for Skidmore. They're threatening. That's a line shot. That's going to drop in. It's going to be in the gap. That's going to chase home at least 2. It's going to be a 2 RBI single for Mike Rivers. Now shortstop Adam Brown. I don't know if Brown is from the area. Some of these names sound sort of familiar. There's a lot of Rivers and a lot of Browns around the world. 2 in the second. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Number 2 hitter at the plate. fly, ball 4. So that's going to reload the bases. Now the number 3 hitter, Matt Ferrari, is going to try to drive in some runs. Ferrari, the right fielder. Two balls and a strike. That's a base hit to left field. Throw it to the plate. And 2 more score. We're struggling getting used to this particular angle. So we could be looking at a pitching change. We'll stick with them. Designated hitter Mike Godlewski up now. Skidmore leading 4-0 here in the top of the second, 2 outs. To right field. Couldn't tell who was calling for it. 4 runs across, 2 stranded. We're going to the bottom of the second. Skidmore leading Plattsburgh State on hometown cable. Todd Hughes at the plate, leading off the bottom of the second, and the scoreboard says it's 5-0, so they squeezed 1 more across than we thought. Hughes is the first baseman. The batting order for the Cardinals: Matt Cahan, the center fielder, leads off, followed by Zach Welch, the second baseman, John Lerner, the DH, and Todd Hughes, the cleanup man, is the first baseman. Fouls it back into the trees. Souvenir for a lucky fan. On deck is John Dumas, the catcher. He'll be followed by Dave Waldron, the right fielder, Donnie Coolidge at third base, Paul Strang, the left fielder, and Dennis Laban, the shortstop. Just missing. Looked good. Maybe they should have the umpire stand over here. Hit through the right side for a leadoff single. Now catcher John Dumas at the plate. And yesterday when we were trying to get through, and so unsuccessfully, to Plattsburgh State to find out if that game's going to be played, there was also a softball doubleheader scheduled for Community College. So we called Todd Roenbeck's office, got right through, and got a quick answer that the game had been rescheduled because of wet fields. Community College can get somebody to answer the phone, but Plattsburgh State, nobody around but the machines. They must all be busy working. That's a line shot. That's going to be in the gap. It's going to be to the fence. And we'll have runners at second and third with nobody out. So a double for Dumas. Now Dave Waldron. 2 ducks in the pond, nobody out. Cardinals threatening in the bottom of the second. High ball 1. We apologize for the poor camera angle, but we got to get out of here early, and if we taped at a different angle, a better angle, we have to leave 5 minutes sooner. No pitch. Hit sharply. Hit to short. Fire to the plate. Safe at the plate. So with the 5-0 cushion, shortstop came to the plate instead of going for the easy, short, well, not necessarily easy, but the more sure out. Went to the plate, took a chance, and it backfired. Cardinals score, nobody out, runners at the corners. And Donnie Coolidge, the third baseman, stepping in. Play like that could mess up the pitcher's mind a little bit. He no longer has his shutout, and he's got nobody out. Almost picked him off at first base. Fouled off, just getting a piece of it. Full count. Nobody out. Here's the payoff. Hit to second, to short, and gets a run in. One out. Man at first, one down. Paul Strang at the plate. We're in the bottom of the second. 5-2 ball game. Hitting to third. Going to go to second around the horn. Came off a little early, but I don't think. Did he get it done with the tag? Called out at second. Looked like he came off a little early from this angle. Came off a little early. So now it's 2 outs. Dennis Lavin, number 9 hitter and the shortstop. But a man at first. Strike one. Strike 2 called. Runner's going. Slow bouncer to short. Fire to first. In time for the out. Still getting used to this angle with this camera. 5-2 after 2. We're going to the third with the Skidmore Thoroughbreds leading the Plattsburgh State Cardinals on viewer-supported local television hometown cable. All right, number 19 at the plate. Matt Berard hits it to third, fire to first in time. 1 out. Now Greg Carlo. Top of the third, 5-2. Skidmore leading. That's hit to play. It's a base hit to center field. First baseman Evan McNamara. 1 out, 1 on. Hit through the left side. First and second. And let's see. Chris Twombly. Or Twombly. Could be Twombly, but I believe it's probably Twombly. Around the horns. Whoops. I really have to apologize for that camera work. They got him. That's all you need to know. I will shoot the cameraman. Well, this is my first baseball game with this camera, and this is an angle we're not familiar with, and that's an angle we're not going to use very often, obviously. Matt Cahan is at the plate. I remember one of the places that I tried to call was right here at the field house. That was one of the phone numbers I tried yesterday. So I got hung up on the first time I called. And I got a answering machine here at the field house, answering machine at Media Services. And I think I got through in the 4th attempt, calling the main information number. And got an answering machine again when they moved me through the Sports Wellness Center. This is Zach Welch, second baseman. Ball 1. So nobody would talk to me. That's why we didn't get yesterday's game against UVM. Fouled off. 5-2, Skidmore leading in the bottom half of the third inning. Evens the count at 2-2. 1 out. Timeout. High. Ball 4. So Welch, the speedy Zach Welch, gets a free pass. Definitely a threat to steal. Brings up the designated hitter, John Lerner. High, ball 1. Cardinals have been out hit 7-2 thus far. It's reverse. Welch is back. Welch is going. Now Welch will have to retreat as the ball is popped up to shortstop. 2 down. Now cleanup man Todd Hughes, the batter. Welch would like to get in scoring position. Throw to first. Close. Jim Schutz making sure Welch is okay. Welch is going. Here's the throw. He's going to be safe at second with a stolen base. I believe it's a 3-0 count. It is. Pitch is swung on and fouled off. Hit to center field and lack of communication there. But it's caught. Score holds 5-2 after 3. We're heading for the 4th. Skidmore leading Plattsburgh State on viewer-supported hometown cable TV, worth your support. Catcher Martin Levison bunts the first pitch in the 4th. And he was thrown out on a wide throw. Bergman throwing wide to the first baseman Hughes, but he was able to pull it in without making contact with Levison. 1 out. Top of the order now, Mike Rivers. Second baseman looks at ball 1. Strike 1-1. Strike 2. Crusher O'Connell walking by. In the 4th inning, 5-2, Skidmore leading. 1 out, count even at 2-2. That's hit to the left side. Guess we have trouble with that sweep to first there. You gotta practice that when the camera's off. Okay, now Adam Brown, the shortstop. Strike 1-1. Strike 2 called. And a 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Strike 3, leaning. So 3 up, 3 down, nothing across for the Thoroughbreds. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-2. Skidmore leading Plattsburgh State. young fan enjoying the shade. Home run for me. John Dumas at the plate. And strike. John Fountain from the Press Republican here, trying to get a picture for the paper and work on his tan at the same time. That's hit too short. Fire to first. Not in time, and Dumas legs it out. So the Cardinals have their lead batter on to start the bottom of the fourth. Dave Waldron, Saranac at the plate. Can play through the wickets. Third baseman slowed it down, but it goes off his glove and squirts into left field, and he'll pull his pants legs down. Should go as an E5. Donnie Coolidge up. Nobody advances. Ball was in the dirt, but bounced in front of the catcher. Potential tying run at the plate for the Cardinals here in the bottom half of the fourth inning with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Hit to third. Bobbled. Safe. Safe. Did he get stepped on? Did he get stepped on? He may have gotten stepped on, or just a funny slide. He's okay. I didn't need those other two fingers anyway, he says. Base is full. Wrap his fingers up. Two Tylenol and call us in the morning. Meanwhile, the Thoroughbreds are a little concerned about the bases loaded, nobody out situation. If the Cardinals are going to capitalize, they're going to need some help out of the bottom of their order. Number 8 hitter Paul Strang up. 5-2, potential tying run at first base, go ahead run at the plate. And Strang delivers a base hit into left field. Throw to the cutoff, and Strang with an RBI single makes it 5-3. Potential tying run is now at second base. Potential go-ahead run is on base. Still nobody out, and Dennis Lavin, shortstop, and number 9 hitter at the plate. And the pitch. I believe that was called a strike. They're calling him Lavin. I think I've been saying Lavin, but Lavin, like I had former Lavin's candy here in Plattsburgh. Waldron is out. Coach wondering about a balk. So that's a big play for the Thoroughbreds. Lavin hits it up the middle and becomes an even bigger play right now. Throw through to the cutoff and throw to third. He is out at third. So you don't want your first or last out to happen at third. But the Cardinals have had the first and second outs happening at third. It's a 5-4 ball game. Potential tying run is at second, and they haven't got a batter out yet. They've got 2 base runners out, so that hurts. Top of the order up. Look out! Souvenir for a lucky fan, but he couldn't catch it. I think that's Bartman from Chicago. He's moved to Plattsburgh. Potential tying run advances to third base with 2 outs. We're in the 4th inning. Top of the order up for the Cardinals, Matt Cahan, or Kahan. Hit back to the pitcher. Short toss to first. Cardinals pick up 2. Only 1 batter is retired. 2 on the base paths. And it's 5-4 after 4. Skidmore leading Plattsburgh State. Matt Ferrari leading off for Skidmore in the 5th. Bergman still on the rubber for the Cardinals. As we mentioned at the outset, we will not be doing this entire game. It's hit to second base. Who's got it? The right fielder's got it. 1 down. Waldron calling off Welch. Now Mike Godlewski up. We will not be staying for the entire game. We have a prior commitment. This game was initially listed as a 2 o'clock start back when the Press Republican gave out the schedule for the season. But instead it started almost started at 3:30. It started a little bit before that, actually. Mike Barad, the batter, with 2 outs, nobody on. I expect we'll get maybe 6 innings out of the 9. It's out of play. Well, let's call the strike. High in the strike zone. Line shot by Welch into right field. Waldron picks it up, fires to first. Greg Carlo at the plate. There's a lacrosse game going on up near the field house. Cardinal lacrosse team. One pitch, it's high. 2-1 to count. That's into right center. There'll be runners at the corners. Couple of former Hornets. This is Evan McNamara. Fouls it off. Strike 2. Double steal. He got it. He's safe. He's safe. He missed the bag. He missed the plate. He missed the plate on the slide. I don't know. I'll have to check the tape. Skidmore coach arguing that John Ireland called him safe. The correct call is no call. And if he did signal he was safe, John was wrong, because he's not safe until he's touched the bag. And he can indicate no call, but if he made a call and the runner thinks he has been called safe, so he doesn't attempt to tag the bag. So that's why the argument, the correct call, if he missed the bag and he wasn't tagged, is no call. And a runner can actually score without touching home plate if the defense doesn't put a tag on him and doesn't protest that he missed the plate. Then if they just throw the next pitch, they will concede that run. In this case, he is out for missing home plate on the slide. All right, Zach Welch is on an errant throw. He led off the inning. We were busy checking that tape, and we missed Zach's leadoff. Throw was wide, and he may have been credited with a hit, infield hit, because I see there's 6 hits up there now. So he may have been credited with a hit and extra base on the wide throw. So Welch is on. We're in the 5th inning. He lost it. Couldn't find the ball. Lost the ball. Welch scores the tying run. Right fielder lost the ball. It's blue sky. And of course, the direction he is looking is toward the sun. And this is what he's looking at. He's got that sun in the trees and some high clouds up there. White ball, white clouds in the sun. He just plain lost it. Welch waited, expecting to have to tag up, and ends up scoring, making a 5-5 ball game here in the 5th. Lerner is at second. Todd Hughes is at the plate. Nobody out. Potential go-ahead run on in scoring position for the Cardinals. And since that ball was not touched, it is ruled a base hit. I don't have to rule it that way. It's a double. That's well hit. And the left fielder is calling for it. There'll be no tag on a ball hit to left. 1 out. Now the catcher, John Dumas, the batter. High for ball 1. Throw gets away, but no advance. April 6, 2005. Very pleasant day in the North Country. Temperature about 60 degrees. Skidmore College visiting Plattsburgh State. Chip Cummings Field. Let's foul that back. Not a play. Out of the strike zone. It's called helping the pitcher. Fouled it off. Just trying to protect the plate. That's fouled off. Getting back to that play at the plate that I missed Welch at bat because I had backed it up. We were kind of blocked out by people. That's fouled. Fouled off the foot. We were kind of blocked out, but from what we looked at briefly, we didn't have time to study it because we had to get back to taping this game. It looked like a safe call was made. Count holding at 1-2 with one out. That's hit to left field. Again, there should be no advance. 2 down. Dave Waldron steps in. Ball 1. Jim Schutz coaching at first base, former Northern Adirondack coach, former American Legion coach. Cardinals with at least a couple of local players. Waldron, Zach Welch from Northern Adirondack. Dumas, I believe, is from Malone. Coolidge, probably from Osable Valley. Out of the strike zone. Cardinals doing a lot of fishing this half inning. It's hit. It's going to drop in center field. It's going to chase home the go-ahead run. That's a 6-5 Cardinal lead here in the 5th. It's an RBI single for Dave Waldron from Saranac. Now Donnie Coolidge, third baseman. Almost a pick off there where we're looking at the batter. Waldron was almost picked off at first. Waldron back in. It's getting close to. There's a steal attempt, and where's the? There's second. Waldron's in at second. We missed second, but he didn't. Again, this is my first attempt here with this camera at baseball. We're not at a particularly good angle, and we've got other problems with the viewer and the sunlight and so on, but they're kind of hard to explain to you. Waldron, we're close to our leaving time, we're about to say. It's hit to right field, and this time he battles the sun and makes the catch. It's 6-5 Cardinals. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Young Yankee fan taking in the ball game. In tight to Evan McNamara, the first baseman. Once again, we have a prior commitment, so we're only able to stay for a fraction of today's game. That's hit to third, and that'll be an error on Donnie Coolidge. Tying run is on for Skidmore, and Chris Twombly or Toombly is at the plate. Hits sharply. Coolidge goes to second, and they go to first. Not in time at first. Now Martin Levison to the plate. Strike called. Right over the third base bag, and trying to get an explanation on how he slid by the bag. Had it made and slid off the bag and is tagged out. So heads up play by Coolidge, able to get the out. 2 down. Top of the order now, Mike Rivers. This is apparently a Rivers from our area. Laura Phillips has a Rivers 23 on her shirt. And she is, of course, a Cardinal fan. At least she is during the women's basketball season, where she plays for the Cardinals. That's fouled off. Matt Rivers is listed as the Skidmore pitcher. And you have to wonder, I'm assuming that both Rivers are local Rivers. 5.5. 6-5 Cardinals lead. Looks like a new pitcher in for Skidmore. So Rivers is out. Matt Rivers is out. Alright, Paul Strang leading off. It's the first pitch out of play. Strike 1. 6-5 Cardinals. If the Cardinals have a big rally, we probably won't finish this half inning, but if they don't have a big rally, we will. 2 straightaway center and 1 down. Bring up Dennis Lavin. He's the shortstop. 1 out, nobody on. Number 2 second, 2 outs. And if we're going to get to see Zach Welch bat again, Matt Cahan has got to get on. I believe it's a 2-0 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom half of the 6th. That's right at us, and just barely away from us. A couple of young fans. I think they've got a souvenir here. Hit to second. Throw to first. He's out. So Zach Welch will not bat this half inning. And we're going to go to our other scheduled event, with the Cardinals leading 6-5 over the Skidmore Thoroughbreds. You've been watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. Thanks to those of you watching and supporting our continuing efforts.